Okay, so we're making turkey Alfredo today, and today we happen to be using up the last of the frozen Alfredo sauce, which is fine, and then we're never going to buy it again, and we will shoot another video on how to make Alfredo sauce. We're adding mushrooms to the Alfredo sauce. So what we have going on here is we're cooking turkey in the brazier, and instead of, a lot of people like to drain the grease and water, and we're just going to cook it down and try to get a little bit of browned turkey for flavor. In these dry black pans that are really hot now, we're going to cook mushrooms. We're going to add mushrooms to, the Alfredo, and mushrooms like to be cooked without oil, right? Get a hamburger spatula for me. Hamburger. You know, the hamburger. So mushrooms are like one of the only foods that don't like to be cooked in fat. They love to be cooked in butter, but they also like to be cooked in dry pans. And so how it works is you put them in a super hot pan and they sing to you. And we're going to get them out of the pan, Barry Chew, right before they start to throw their water.
Okay.
Right before.
Okay.
And then the pan is still fine. And then we can use the pan again. And it's one of the only foods where you have permission to push it down when you're cooking mushrooms in no fat. Most food, a lot of people push food down. They shouldn't be pushing food down. Like the guys on the barbecue when they're cooking a hamburger, right? They put it on the grill and then they push the hamburger down, all the juice leaves. Don't do that. With the mushrooms, it's okay too. Okay, so in making turkey Alfredo or anything in this brazier or tilt skillet, this is a 30-gallon tilt skillet. If you cook everything in the tilt skillet, which is what most people do, it's really hard to get flavor in there. Right, it's just hard to do. So we cooked the garlic separately and threw that in. We cooked the, the mushrooms separately. We threw that in. Now we're cooking the onions separately and adding that.
What do you know?
Yep.
Okay.
And then and so we of course will add soon the last of the frozen Alfredo sauce. And then when we turn the fire off, we will season with salt, pepper, a ton of raw parsley, and a ton of spinach, and add that at the end after the fire's off. So there's a little green in there. So anytime you're cooking in the brazier, you have to cook on the stovetop too, at least a little bit. Even if you're cooking for 2,000 people, you can. The only way to get real flavor in the brazier is by cooking on a stovetop. And now we'll show you, when it's all done. Spinach too.
Hey, do you know if this is pounds or ounces or what?
For what?
For mushrooms.
Ounces.
Oh, right there. Okay,
Which doesn't
thank
even
you.
make sense because 50 ounces is definitely more than a pound.
Right.
So it would be 50 divided by 16 to get the pound.
Right? Is this off?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look at this food. Oh, look at that cheese. Right? We need this.
Do you want this wrapped too?